Oh well. Yes. Hello, not Shellies. Yes, I see you peeking out from behind a rock. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Arr. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, greeting, salutation. Back again. Yay! Feeling a little more human than last week, which is why I didn't stream last week. I was feeling rough as a badger's back end. Tommy, how you doing, you spexy beast? Yeah, had some weird buggy thing. Shanna banana. Mahoosive, hug me, dearie. How the devil are you? My God, it's been some time. Anyway, yeah. So, all better ish. About as human as I ever am. Uh, busy week at work. Then 8-year anniversary and Valentine's, one day apart. Hello, devs. Uploading a new thing for the fiscal year. Let's see. Ooh, new thingies for communities. Whereas, whereas I've gone not community in this tank right here, where those of you who watch the video will know that the Shellies are no longer in, and I have figured out what's going in there. But we can talk about that in a bit. That's why I'm actually going to have a smick. Sammy boy, Mr. Alien. That has got to be the most respectful thing anyone's ever called you, Tommy. At some point, my name changed from. Well, you've been missed, Shanna. Let's just say that, shall we? Your sense of humour, your laugh have been missed. Once we're done with smoking this, there's something else you're going to get a good kick out of seeing me smoke. Oh, well, welcome back anyway, even if it is just a fleeting visit. This is where, not necessarily the outcasts. No, not doobie doobie doos. I mean, sometimes people, yeah. I'm sure someone will spoil it before I get around to it. You weren't perving, were you, Sam? Because that's normally what happens when you're talking about the ladies. Yeah, let's pop that down. But yeah, so other than the obviouses of things that happen on anniversaries and Valentine's, went to the LFS. And I didn't actually just go in with fish, I also came out with fish. I came out with rather more money's worth of fish than I actually paid, but there we go. So we took in 50 bristlies, 20 of the limia, not that you'd actually tell looking in that tank, 40 snails, and the last half dozen Shelleys. And I came home with another Cares species and one that likes Shelley tanks. So we've got up in there, hiding up. Oh, I can just see one moving. Sorry, it's just a bacterial bloom going on in there. But yeah, we have some of those Australian fish living La Vita Loca. You're upside inside out, are you, Sam? Oh God, where's my cable gone? Right, we're at the extent of the camera cable. But yes, up in there might be one come to the front. You can just see something moving. There we go. If you've got a big screen, you can just see something moving in there. So in there we have 5 Skiffia multi-punctata, and in here, if we have a pair of Julidochromis ornatus. And judging by the way they're behaving, and they were sold as a pair, yeah, judging by the way they're behaving, we have a breeding pair. They're Julies. Now, can we get a bit closer? Excuse the filthy tank. And there we go. They're looking absolutely gorgeous. Unlike me, I look as much like The Walking Dead as I ever do. Oh God, and now the camera won't go back on the top of the laptop. Now it's on the honk. There we go. Thank you, Shan. Yeah, I thought I'd try another Rifty Lakey cichlid, as the tank is just sand and rock. Howdy, Raina. The squire of seahorses. So yeah, we might have to get a few more bits of rock to go in there yet, but I think they like to spawn in caves. But they're being very friendly with each other, so that does fill me with hope, shall we say. And obviously the Skiffia are live bearers, and I've got 2 males and 3 females. Was it? Yeah. But because supplier rates, the Julies should have been 30 for the pair, but I paid 20. And the Skiffia should have been £11 each, so 55, and I paid 30. Pretty much purely because the guy in the LFS knows I'm likely to breed them, and then he's going to have more. He's going to have many, many more. And I might need more grow out tanks. This is always a good problem to have. I mean, just one more tank, I promise. Oh, need some more seahorses. Had some luck and got 3 nice yellow babies. Ooh, yellow seahorses. Biscuit coloured. Sea biscuits. And yes, Shanna, I am that old now, I smoke a pipe. Badly. It always goes out every 2 seconds. But hey, it makes it take longer. If it stayed like the whole time, I'd smoke the whole thing in about 2 minutes. And yeah, So yes, going to have to do some more research on the Julies and more research on the Skiffias. The Skiffia are going, once they've done their quarantini, they're going to go in with Fred and Rose, the Super Reds. The pandas that have gone with the Amicus Splendens are just, or Panda Cories, are just pandering about all over the place. Next morphin species is Red H. Cuda. Pipes smell nice. Yeah, it's something I've noticed. If I'm walking around smoking a roll up, people tend to like. You got to walk around with a pipe. People just don't react. They're like, oh, it's a pipe. Gives you a moment to think about an answer to a question. Yeah. Hmm. And then you can make a point or point something or a direction. Now I just need to dress like an old man. Well, I've got my slippers on. Um, I'm not going to buy any of those trousers or pants that come up to just about there. And I can't see me in a beige cardigan. But pipe and slippers is enough for me. That'll keep me going. That's why I pick my nose in public so people don't talk to me. Oh, as long as you don't do it in the Oval Office on camera and then wipe it on the desk. Uh, I just. And you're not JD Vance either, because not everyone in Europe hates you right now. What if the kid is his clone? Oh God, poor kid. That's not some good genetics, is it? That's not genes you want. I mean, that particular part of the gene pool needs chlorination, if you ask me. But Enough muscle. Yes. Yes, it's musty. Uh, yeah, well, I mean, at least on the upside, he's killing his own industry or killing his own company at the moment. So that's always a bonus. Cheesy sack. Oh, Shanna. I mean, to go with old, the walking giant Cheeto, I suppose that works. I mean, do we have experience? There are worse things to have experience of, I suppose. Not a lot. You can spot a cheesy sack, can you? Hashtag trauma. I'm not even going to ask whether you think I have a cheesy sack. And Tom Ayre's back. Good, good. Were you here for the new fishies, Tommy? Or were you on fatherly and husbandly duties? British. Thanks, Sam. I mean, you've been sniffing it enough, so you should know. Editing of the premiere. Or the premiere. Yeah, so it's just some more live bearers and some equal cichlids. Got some Skiffia multipunctata and Dulidochromys. Either ornatus or I think they're transcriptus. I like to look at pictures. But yes, very pretty. Well, the Julies are very pretty and the Skiffia are endangered, so yay. Will be a third endangered species, and if the Amicas and the Skiffias do what the Limia have been doing, then they won't be endangered for very long. Yeah. Well, as you saw, there are quite a few in there. Oh, pardon me. Hello, Bert. It's nice of you to show your face, as grumpy as it is. Hey? Are you going to be a friendly boy, or are you going to run away when I put my finger up? You going to be friendly? No. Yes, we have new officially fun. So I'll do my research, and then at some point I will filmify videos. Are you nesting already? Because that's what it looks like to me. Huh? Are you making a nest in that rock? Is that what you're doing? Bear with me a moment. There may be eggies. No, can't see yet with my old man eyes. Though I've certainly been kicking some sand around, which, as they're not shellies, I wouldn't have expected. Maybe I'll do my research, more in-depth research. I did enough research to know that a pair of them in a tank is fine, and it's probably best not to put anything else with them because it might get eaten, because they get rather territorial. But hey, they're very pretty, and the very nice man in the LFS says if they don't do any breedies in a few months, I can take them back. Which I was like, yeah, fair enough. Hopefully they do. It would be nice to have another species bred, and be another species bred that costs quite a bit of money. Hello, you. You coming out and say hello again, are you? Your lovely blue edges on your fins? Yes. Yes, I know. Oh. Oh. Mine are squabblies over cave. Yeah, they're definitely nesting. So, fingers crossed. What else has been occurring this week? Not a huge amount, really. So I pretty much covered the rest of it in the video. So yeah, that is now empty. Bar some odd snails and plants floating about. There might be one or two baby shrimp left in there, but yeah. I'm not going to be too fussed over one or two baby shrimp. The rest of the shrimp have gone in the other shrimp tank. And yeah, be water change day tomorrow. Ooh, I don't know how many bristlies are left in that tank. I don't think there's too many, so might shift them down the bottom, possibly. Maybe not. Might leave them for now, as nobody else has got any wrigglers on the way. But if we start getting random new fishes start breeding, then we might need a spare tank. But yeah, hopefully all is going well. Not really watched anything overly interesting. Oh, Tommy's putting together more tanks. Oh, he's gone from cutting back to bringing them back. Any particular plans for these ones, Tommy? Anything spectacular? Whatever it is going to be interesting because it's a tank. I think I might pack this pipe a bit harder, a bit tight again. It's basically turned into a solid lump. Never mind, that's the joy of having ridiculously long fingernails. Don't want to breed my African peacock chicklets, but I do have offspring again. I think it's one of those things, if you don't want stuff to breed, it breeds. If you've got nowhere to put any new babies, you'll get new babies. If you do want to breed, they won't. It's like watching a kettle. Or if you're a non-kettley nation like the States, watching a pot boil. The longer you stand there and look at it, the longer it takes. You walk out the kitchen for a moment and turn your back, it'll boil over instantly. It's just the way things are. Same with USB cables. I swear, even I could even plug a USB-C in upside down, it wouldn't fit. It's hello you. I see. Don't worry, I'll feed you tomorrow. At least we don't have to water change you. Yeah, so now I think I'm back down to just wanting more plec. Female lemon blue eye. And that's about it, I think. Made the tank empty for them. So the male got now 8 females. Plug the LFS in a few weeks. Cichlids for trading for food. Yeah, that's why I supply the shop I supply. Yeah, just in case tanks. Tanks for Justin. and not Justin Chancellor, just in case. Two different Justins, two very different talents. Yeah, so that's why I go to the shop I go to. Admittedly, it is the closest, but it's also the one where I guarantee to get money, not store credit. Because don't get me wrong, store credit can be useful if the store sells the stuff you want to buy. But when you don't need new fish and you don't want new tanks, because to be honest, it takes long enough to look after the ones you've already got, and there's only so much food you can buy. So, did the tea bags this morning. Yes, very proud of you. I mean, I go into the dog park of the DP. I throw the ball, she brings it halfway back. She's making sure you get some exercise as well, you see. She's being a good doggo. Yeah, I mean, Shannon, you've probably not seen that, but that's the quantities I'm buying fish food in now. I'm buying it by the sack. I go through a ridiculous amount. Buying the little pots, yeah, it's just not cost effective, really, the amount I go through. Walking average 3.5 miles in the grass when I throw the ball. Exactly, it's good for you. And some days at work where I'd probably walk that in a shift. There are other days like Thursday, where I basically walk in, stand by the counter, and I'm pretty much there for the 6 hours. Rather trade for food that I need anyway, get a better price compared to money. Need a couple of kilo of mysis shrimps and copepods and some brine shrimp eggs as well. Yes, we've got some brine shrimp eggs around here somewhere. I've got a brine shrimp hatchery. I just keep forgetting to use it. It's just a lot of hassle. I'm not the most motivated of people. So anything kind of, there were lumps in that. So if I can keep it as simple as possible, I will. So I do try and buy foods that, if not all my fish can eat, most of them will. Yeah, they're definitely digging out a nest. But hey, yeah, so it's mostly, as I say, Blackberry by Dr. Pepper is such a disappointment. It ruined my week. We're talking Blackberry as in Blackberry flavour or the phone? Because I imagine a Dr. Pepper branded phone would go flat real quick. Anyone else notice that? You open a bottle of Dr. Pepper, it goes real flat, real fast compared to something like Coke. Also fizzes up real bad when you open it. Something like the chemical composition means it just doesn't hold on to the carbon dioxide as long. especially when you put peanuts in the Dr. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, peanuts and Dr. Pepper is not a good combination. The salt, for one, really is going to mess things up. Howdy, Moose. Yes, we got some new fish. As we got people here who didn't see them. Ooh. Let me see if I can actually disentangle this camera cable a bit better. Oh, that's why. What's it caught up on? Where you caught camera cable? Oh, there. Right. Oh, God, it's all tangled up. Here we go. There we go. Untangled. Is it going to focus? Yes. Can we get closer to the tanks? So in there, you might just about be able to see. We hold it level, Sharpe. That might help. We have skiffiers. And in here, there's a tail and there's a head. And you've got a pair of Julidochromis, I think transcriptus, doing their best to either hide or nest. One or the other. And then, so I'll say hello to some Limia as well while we're at it. And Bert. Hey, Bert. And Ernie. Bert and Ernie, both of them are out. Wow. That's some grumpy old faces, isn't it? And some very pregnant female Limia. And all the baby Limia. You can see the real newborn one right at the back. But yeah. Yes. Yeah. Bert and Ernie are kind of sort of mainstays of the channel now, I think. There were three of them, but one of them, Donkey, not named after anything with a, you know, like because it was a donkey or anything, because it kept donking its head on things, and it donked its head once too often. Have you ever seen a fish with brain damage? I mean, happy caras aren't the brightest of fishes on the planet to start with, but when you get one that's very special, yeah. When it takes you several hours to realise that it is in fact dead and not just staring randomly at a leaf. Sunday evening, old school beer, natural CO2. Yay! You'll be having some good burps in a bit then. Burp away, my friend. You mix a 10-ounce jar of creamy peanut butter with 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip, creates white trash peanut butter mousse. Ooh. When I say that, I act like that. I don't actually know really what Cool Whip is. I'm assuming it's like a kind of what we would call Miracle Whip, or basically like Angel Delight, but without flavour. It's basically cream. It's diabetic friendly because it's got nothing natural in it whatsoever. There are two forms of whipped cream in America to put on our sugar. We have many forms of cream. We have single, we have double, we have gold top, we have whipped, we have clotted, we have soured, we have sour. Um, we have gone off milk that we serve in multiple different ways, either as cheese or as yogurt. And if you take the gone off milk and you add some, what's the name of the bacteria? Penicillin, not the bacteria, the antibiotic. If you take some gone off milk and add some penicillin to it and then let it kind of set, you end up with blue cheese. Nom, 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 nom. And yes, that's penicillin, not penicillin, which is, if you've got penicillin, then you might need penicillin. That's why I think about it anyway. A lot of foul milk. Well, you know, Brits and our boring beige diet. Oh, I love that. Just keep believing that we only eat beige, flavourless food. We don't. It's a holdover from World War II when the American soldiers came over here and everything was on rationing, very, very strict rationing, because the whole point of the U-boats was to try and starve the UK out to get us to surrender, which is why the US got involved, sending us shipments of food and arms. Then, as I've said before, 3 years into a global conflict, the USA got surprise attacked by its number one enemy of the time. Looks good on TVs. Yeah, exactly. And I know a lot of people go, oh, it's just because it's not English food, it's French or it's Italian or it's Asian or it's Indian or whatever. Don't matter. It's all our food. Chances are it was once a former colony, so we can claim it. Maybe that's what Donald's trying to do. He's trying to get colonies around the rest of the world so he can claim some culture. Uh, just such a laughing stock. It's hilarious. Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying our politicians are amazing and awesome, because they're not. They ain't quite that bad. When you look at another country's foreign lead, another country's leader, and you're like, yeah, I'm glad we ain't got that. Go on it. No, we're good. I was just checking if I had any random ear tufts going on. I think I did remember to trim my ears. So we got plenty of real tasty food. And that's generally what we put first. We put the flavour first, not the appearance. Because if you look at a beef stew and dumplings, it really doesn't look good. It's just like brown sludge with bits floating in it, and well, dumplings. And I don't mean the delicate little sort of Asian, Japanese dumplings. I mean proper English suet dumplings, so they're big and heavy. It really doesn't look good. You can't present it and make it look nice. You just have a big bowl of it, but it's absolutely delicious. Oh, pardon me. Um, Several years back, Heinz actually did one of their big soups. It's like a normal soup, but it comes in a big can. Creative. But it was actually beef stew and dumplings. Oh, that was delicious. And in Austria, our politicians can't decide on the coalition, so we have to vote again. Which, in one way, is good because it means that everything's fairly close. There's no massive majority that's just going to bugger everything up. Mind you, when we had our coalition, the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats, yeah, that basically messed up the Liberal Democrats for about 10 years. But now they're coming back again, and it looks like they're probably going to get more seats than the Conservatives do at the next set of local elections, which is always a good thing. Also, cats find a pipe fascinating, apparently. I had Ginger in the other day because it was, well, very cold and horrible outside, and he followed me in. He was sitting on the sofa having a clean. I bust out the pipe and start smoking. He's just sitting there. Uh, Go ahead, have a sniff and check it out. It's all right. Oh. And he used to be smoking. He used to people smoking cigarettes, but someone smoking a pipe absolutely blew his mind. Yeah, I think we're going to have to make some cavies out of rocks in there. I think. Before they decide to dig right underneath a massive chunk of dragonstone and topple it over. Wouldn't be the first time. The Shelleys did that. But that was the thing I couldn't believe when I did pull the Shelley tank apart, which is what that tank is. I'd forgotten just how much and how big the rocks in there were. Or how many shells were actually in there. There's a ridiculous amount. Yeah, you're definitely doing diggies, aren't you? I mean, you're not quite as efficient at it as a shell weller, but you're getting there. Complaining that we need more money for military upgrades. Got a few solutions for that. Yeah, this is the thing. Whenever like Austria or Germany or Hungary starts upgrading their armed forces, the rest of the world starts getting nervous. Well, the rest of Europe does anyway. As long as there's no short men with dark hair and moustaches in charge of military funding, you'll be okay. But who are we all arming up against is the question. Is it the Russians or the Americans or the Chinese? Well, I think the Chinese are probably a bit too smart to try and actually start a proper war. They're just going to economic trade war. Imagine you're playing Civilization. The Chinese would go for the trade victory, the economic victory every time. As history has proven, they're not very good at warfare. You've got to build something, exactly. Castles, that's what you need. How about a big wall all the way around the country? Yeah, all the way around Europe might be a better idea at this point. I mean, I joke about it, but we are literally all just praying that World War III doesn't kick off. Probably closer than it has been in my lifetime. I mean, I lived through the Cold War. When in two war games scenarios between the US and the UK, we managed to nuke American cities twice from the air. Uh, yes, we sent over, was it 6 Vulcan bombers? And of the 6, 5 got through. And then one crew really took the mickey and landed at a US airbase. If you're not familiar with the Vulcan, oh, yes, very impressive piece of kit, especially for its time. Pipe's making that noise again. I think it needs a clean. Might be why it's not drawing very well as well. It could be that, or because it could be because I'm exhaling carbon monoxide straight into carbon dioxide straight into it. Which usually doesn't help fires burn. You're doing a lot of displaying to each other. You know when cichlids do that kind of go on their side and sort of shimmy a bit. There's a lot of that going on. A lot of here, look at my vent. Here's where I get up in the morning. There's a bunch of eggs. But hey ho, worse things happen at sea. Yeah, you coming out? Uh, what else we got? What else we got? We can yatter on about. Um, um, I kind of don't know really. Maybe I should start going for an hour instead of 2. I mean, put 2 hours aside, but if I run out of stuff to talk about after an hour, then we'll leave it there. That sounds better. rather than me just trying to ramble on for another hour about random stuff. Ooh. So what we have? Oh yes, a couple of very nice gifts for anniversary and Valentine's. We've got both the Aerion Live DVDs, Blu-rays. So I shall be watching them fairly shortly. Well, maybe not this week or the week after, but certainly the week after that, because I've got a week off. Which reminds me, I've got to order up some bird boxes for the back garden. Mostly so I can get them up and in place before the birds actually need them, so they can get used to them being there. And so I can get some rain and weather on them to get rid of any weird smells they might have. And yes, I do have a pair of great tits in the back garden, so I do need a tit box. At least it's not a pair of boobies. And yes, Mr. YouTube algorithm, they are both bird species. I'm not being crude or rude. Although at this point, given some of the subject matter that gets covered in these live streams of mine, how they don't get demonetized is beyond me. Given how careful and worrisome some people are about whether something is suitable. I think it's just as long as you're like sensible and not just crude and offensive, you're kind of okay. I think most of it is a lot of people worrying about nothing really. So when the whole made for kids thing came out, does anyone remember when that happened? All the content creators were getting all super worried about whether their content might be thought of as for kids. Yeah, but it's fish, they're pretty and they're brightly coloured. Yes, you're using scientific words and terms, it's not for children. And then in the end, all it turned out you had to do after all that worry and hassle and grief and was, yeah, you just got to click a button that says not for kids. And the whole thing with the AI one as well, you just have to click a button that says there is nothing artificially generated. Yeah. It's not in YouTube's best interest to drive people away. I mean, without it having to be a paid for thing, I don't think there's really anywhere that you would find as much long form content as you will here on the tube of thee. And there are others, obviously, but they're much smaller. Well, it's the same with the AI art programs. A new one comes out, or relatively new, and you can do pretty much whatever you want. Soon as it starts making money and people start getting interested, then suddenly all the really, really strict filters come in. Where it's like, no, you can't do this. you know, we can't possibly show you that. Just give an option. Say yes, I am 18. And yeah, admittedly, a lot of the stuff I tend to come up with is just weird, but I don't really use them that much anymore anyway. Had my fun, got them to do all the strange things, and now they're just overrun with adverts. G'day, Bruiser. How you diddling? Yes, AI is weird. Yeah, it still can't figure out how many fingers people are supposed to have, how many arms and legs they're supposed to have. Uh, it certainly can't do genitalia. So, there are probably some paid-for ones that can. I know there are. There are subreddits on it, but yeah, I mean, it has its uses. Yeah, armory. It's just everyone else. Yeah, it's why it always is. Always seems to be everyone else has dramas, generally not me. Or is it just that I'm old enough to have been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, worn it out? That all these little dramas that people seem to make big things of, I'm just like, man. You shrug my shoulders and carry on. It's not going to have any impact at all. But oh no, how will I survive? My favourite coffee is not available. Oh, the world is ending. Let's get another coffee. Same as the people are. Look out, there's a speed camera on this road. No. You see, you don't have to worry about speed cameras if you don't break the speed limit. It's quite simple, really. If you do 30 in a 30 limit, you're not going to have to worry about speed cameras. If you're doing 40 or 50, then you are. And that's your fault. It's kind of simple. Although I did manage to set off one of the automated signs the other day. I was going to work and oh, yeah, exactly, Raina. That's what I did. Because it's not a speed camera. It's g'day, Delhi, me darling. How are you? Yeah, it's just basically like a street sign, but it's got radar built in, so it will display how fast you're going if you're going over the speed limit. And because part of the route to work one way goes past a school, at certain times of the day that's a 20 limit past there, because obviously it's a school. Apparently they don't want the kiddies getting run over again. Well, I had a tailwind and it was downhill. I came huttling along, not really worrying about it, looking at the sign and thinking, what is that sign saying 28 mile an hour? Huh? What? I sort of looked behind me. No, there's no car. Oh, it's caught me. Whoops. Um, it was actually before kicking out that time. Oh, burnt out already. 36 hours last week over 6 days. So six 6-hour shifts and split shifts. Oh, oh. But are you enjoying the job more though? That is the thing. Because I find if you enjoy your job more, it's less tired. Well, not actually tiring, but less of a drain. 15 in most of our school zones. Yeah, I mean we're getting there. But there's still people who seem to struggle with the concept that the speed limit is the maximum, not the minimum you're supposed to do on that road. I mean, a lot of our little country lanes are actually national speed limit. 8.5 hours. So you pooped. I can understand. Um, yeah, so and our national speed limit is 60 mile an hour. And if you've seen some of our country lanes, single track is probably the best way to describe them, with hedges either side, no signposts. So yeah, you could do 60 mile an hour down there, but you wouldn't do it for very long because you'd be in a ditch or in a field. Like the job, train me a bit more before leaving. Oh, yeah, that is always the thing with new jobs or jobs in general. You always wish you'd had more training. But then if you get more training, you're like, oh, God, I know how to do this. This is obvious. It's not the stuff that you need training in that they train you in. Think about mounting an e-bike motor on the old Pooch moped. Oh, I remember those Pooch mopeds. Is that the one with the stamped steel frame? It's basically two stampings just welded together. I remember those. Damn, one of my friends had one when we were at college. That thing couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding. Literally, he cracked the throttle wide open. I just stood there holding the top box. I'm literally just stood there holding the thing that's not going anywhere. Super narrow square tires as well, or square section. Felt like I relied too much on the sister store to help me when they were busy. Is shouldn't have needed them for half of it. Yeah, but you did. And thing is, you're new to the job, and if your new bosses are competent remotely, they will understand that you're new to the job, and you can have all the training in the world, and there's still going to be those weird things that happen once in a blue moon. That you're like, what? Regional was apparently impressed over what I've picked up already, so there's that. Yeah, exactly. You see, impressing the right people. And so I get on well with my regional manager. I'm not getting on well with my branch manager and assistant manager and supervisors and whatever. But yeah, it's always good to get on well with the higher ups. If the higher ups think you're a good employee, you're okay. So yeah, don't knock yourself. You literally just started the bloody job. And what have you done? 2, 3 weeks, something like that. Yeah, as I say, most times, yeah. Most of them are all lovely and they understand the frustration. Exactly. You see, for once, for once you've jumped ship and the grass is actually greener on the other side of the fence. Yeah, as I say, I'm a month and a half, Exactly. You can't expect you to know everything that quick. And geez, I've been doing my job nearly 3 years, and I'm still learning new things every week, if not every day. Um, and yeah, the customer service side is simple. I can do that with my eyes closed. The operating the tills, easy as. Navigating the website to find what people want, easy enough when people know what they want or have a clue what it's called. The only real problems come when either the system doesn't want to play ball or a customer wants a certain thing, but they don't actually know what it's called. They might have taken a photograph of it, which helps, but they haven't got anything there that can tell you the size of it. Or when people buy some posh shower or something, some really expensive bespoke thing, only to find out that all the fittings for it are also bespoke and available only from the manufacturer. And you're thinking, yeah, I know I'm not going to find anywhere else because that's the only place they show up from. They've chosen different sizes for a reason. It means you've got to buy them from them. Or the people who've got a seal that's gone in one connection somewhere on a under a drain or a sink or something. They want to just replace the seal, and they're like, no, they come as the whole thing. Uh, yeah, exactly. There's not been enough time to have trained you in everything. And as I say, there's a yeah, no, it is, yeah, you can do. Um, and we got Specsavers in the UK, the big chain store of optometrists, opticians. I won't go there. My local one is more expensive. My local non-chain store opticians. That's where I'll go. Because if I have a problem, why are you weirdly focusing on my hands now, camera? Because if I go to Specsavers, I've got to go all the way to Norwich. And if there's a problem, so I'd have to go to Norwich for the eye test, then to Norwich to get the glasses. And then if there's any issues with them, I've got to go back up to Norwich, which is like a £5 on bus ticket and half a day in total. Or I could just walk 10 minutes into town. I say into town, I mean the other side of town. I mean, I need new specs because these things are just, yeah, my eyes are changing rapidly. I've got to the point now where the text I'm trying to read on the screen is starting to get blurry. So anything closer than how far I'm sitting away from the laptop screen, yeah, gets a bit blurry. That just might be my eyes are tired right now, though. And plus, I've had these specs since my 30s. Could dispense my own glasses because I only use single vision. I mean, mine are technically, but I've got a funny feeling I might need varifocals as well. I can see absolutely fine at range at the moment. Not a problem. I mean, how I can read what's written on the microwave from the other side of the kitchen. It's the other side of the room there. But I can't read anything remotely close up with my glasses. I'm doing the old. Or if I'm doing something on my phone or tablet that I'm going to be there a while, I just take my glasses off because it's easier. Otherwise, I give myself bloody headache going looking underneath my glasses to see what I'm reading or typing. So yeah, that's the sign I need a new pair. Ooh, pardon me. Plus the hardened coating, which makes them more scratch resistant, has started to wear off in places. And when it does that, it gets visible. Thankfully, it's in places I don't take a look through, but so what I shall do is next time I've got a free day. It ain't going to take long to go in there. Next time I can be bothered, I will go into the opticians and make an appointment for an eye test. And then they'll go, yeah, your eyes really have changed. If they've still got my old prescription on record. And I guess it's a bit more up to date now than them. Then you sit there, you read the thing on the wall, and then they put those weird old heavy glasses on and then start changing the lenses going, is that better or is that worse? Is that better or is that worse? Yeah, but I've not been there in over a decade. They were shocked the last time I went in because I went in with a paper prescription. Apparently, they hadn't used them for about 10 years either. One or two, two or three, yes. Is the red line above the green line or the green line above the red line? I'm not colorblind. I'm shade blind, but I'm not colorblind. Although when I was a kid, I actually wanted a pair of those glasses to wear, despite the fact they used to weigh about half a ton. I just thought they were cool, being able to change your lenses around and do all sorts of cool stuff with them. And there you go. Instead of varifocals, you just have a little lever that you move up and down. It changes the focus. Focus. The Opto's machine sounds like a jet engine. I'll be quite at home then. I'm used to the sound of jet engines. When it takes a picture of your eyeball, if I get a picture of my eyeball, I'm uploading it somewhere. I'm going to want them to send me a copy. So long as they're not surprised at the makeup of my eyeball. The last time I went, they did the thing where they do look deep into your eye. Oh, you've got a lot of. I can't remember which way around it is. I think it's the wrong way around. What makes sense? You've got rod and cone receptors. And one responds better to colours and one responds better to light levels, as it were. Which means I've got really good low light vision. I just can't see colour very well. So they were really rather surprised with how good a low light vision I have, and which also explained why I had a headache in a brightly lit room when there were shining lights in my eyes. Um, I'm like, it's too bright in here. They did suggest the auto darkening glasses. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. No, I'll just try and stay in rooms that aren't that brightly lit. It's quite easy, and stay out the sun if possible. And if I do, well, obviously I'm going to get new glasses, but lights are blinding my eyes. So if I do, then I'm going to have to find another set of clip-on sunglasses that actually fit them. I got very lucky with these, and that the clip-ons I got fit perfectly. They don't really look like clip-ons. But it's like when I'm on the bike and I've got the tinted visor on. Uh, I'm riding along and it doesn't look. You're always just looking at the road and the hedgerows and cars and stuff. Doesn't look dark. Is when I sort of look up and catch the sky, and I'm like, oh, that looks like it's about to rain. Oh, that's getting real dark and cloudy. And I pop the visor off, and I'm like, oh no, it's not. I've got polarized glasses so you can watch fish better. Yeah, so polarizing does cut out the glare from the light reflecting on the water. My clip-ons are polarized. So is my bike one. But yeah, I used to use it a lot when I was fishing. You look and you just got all the glare off the water. You can't see a thing. Put the polarized lenses on, and you're like, oh, now I can see everything perfectly. I can see exactly where the edge of the reed bed is. I can see the fish swimming just under the surface. I can actually see my float as well. Yeah, the blue light filter might be a good idea. He says looking up, and the lights on his webcam are blue. But yeah, there's a lot of blue in the screens that we watch these days, and we spend a lot of time looking at them. And yeah, I don't know how much it would be. Kind of thing I'd have to ask about. See how rich I was feeling at the time. Yeah, I'm definitely not going designer frames because they just look horrible. Basically, they print a name on the side of the glasses, on the arm. They'll print a name on it, they'll put an extra zero on the price tag, and then within about a month it wears off. No. No. Who do you think I am? Dame Edna? Rest in peace, Barry Humphries. Love my marine lights. Got deep blue and sky blue. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I've not gone marine. Is because those blue lights do give me a headache real fast. Even in an, a, an aquarium shop or store, if there's a lot of marine in there, I will get a headache. Yeah, I mean that's what I got last time. Is just basic specs with a scratch-resistant coating. But these are actually the cheapest frames they had in stock. I mean, I'm going back a while, but the frames were like 25 quid. So and I ain't going to complain because they've survived pretty much intact. I mean, yeah, they're a bit bent and wobbly and whatever, but they've not broken or snapped. And yes, the arms were supposed to be black, but the plastic's biodegraded over the years attached to my head. But yeah, I can't complain. They've done well. But yeah, I'll go for something similar to these anyway. Wireframe, steel, or whatever they want to call it these days. Probably aluminium, actually, thinking of it. Yeah. From the years of wearing the National Health Service glasses, I hate seeing a frame. That was my thing with these because my old glasses were like big old things, and yeah, couldn't see the frame at all. With these, I can see it, but it's not directly in my eye line and obvious. I think I'm going to go order some cheapies tomorrow. I need my specs for work. I mean, I do too. I need mine for everything. I can't see anything without them. Well, anything above about 2 feet, 2/3 of a meter away. It's all just a blur, which is what makes it real fun when I'm cycling home from work in the dark in freezing fog, because my glasses freeze up and then I'm cycling along looking over the top of my glasses and I can't see anything anyway. How ironic it is for optical dispensers and not have a bloody glasses trying to read stuff on a computer. Yeah, customer going, you okay? Yeah, I left my glasses at home. I remember being younger, taking the mickey out of older people when they're like, holding things really far away or really close. And they're going like that. Yeah, I'm there now. Yeah, it's like when we don't have the someone brings something in and needs taking apart to find out what the thing is, and we've not actually got the tool for it. Pardon me. All the time when the ladies managed to block up the basin in the ladies' toilet, and they were going to call in uh, the service people, whatever the correct term is, I can't remember. The people who come in and fix stuff in the individual stores, they're actually going to call people out for it. And I'm like, hang on, maintenance, that's it. See, I can English. Um, they were going to call them out to fix this blocked sink. And I'm like, we've got plungers on the shelf. We're a hardware store. We've got plungers. We've got drain decloggers. We've got drain snakes just sitting there on the shelf. Why don't we try using one of them first before we try calling someone in from halfway across the country just to do what might be a 5-second job? Oh, 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 I went and got a plunger off the shelf, filled the basin up with water, and went a few times, pulled the plunger off, and the water all drained away. Yeah, there we go. Dried the plunger off and put it back on the shelf again. Apparently, I was some kind of hero for that. Yeah, right. Anyway, all that talk about draining things, I've got to go drain a vein. I'll be back in a minute or two, I promise. No. Oh. No, Fred. Oh. That's better. Oh, hello, Panda Corys. Hello, Julies. Ooh. An invoice. Yeah, perhaps I should have done that. There's probably some risk assessment I'd have to fill in. I should have filled in to do it, I guess. Hazardous waste handling or something like that. Well, it does strike me as odd that it's always the ladies' toilets that get blocked, or the ladies' basin that get blocked, not the men's. I hate to think what's being put down them. And that's why we have a plunger, well, the top section of a set of drain rods to plunge the toilets to. I don't know. And the fact that we got 2 qualified electricians working in the store and we're not allowed to change the lights when they go out. I don't know. But you've got to go up a ladder and it's above head height. Yeah, and how do you think I change the landing light when that bulb goes out? Yeah, with a step ladder on the staircase. That really isn't safe. And that's a really awkward one to change because that one runs off of the upstairs lighting loop and the downstairs lighting loop. And there's no windows. So without any lights on, it's pitch black. So you had to leave the lights on. So you're changing the bulb while it's alive, which is always fun. Thankfully, LED bulbs don't get red hot instantly these days. So, yeah, always good fun. Then I'm probably the only person that will change like a plug socket or a light switch without turning the power off, because I've been had enough electric shocks, it doesn't bother me anymore. Just make sure you're not standing in a puddle of water and you're okay. Oof. Anyway, where were we? Next glasses I get aren't going to be prescription, some magnifying ones. I've got a set of those. I got them to scale modelling. Uh, I just I just found I never wore them. I've got the ones that have a light on as well, so you can see even better. No, you can't. The focal length of them is so short that you can't actually do anything with them. I'd probably use them at the moment, but once I get a new pair of glasses and I can see again, I won't need them at all. Not that I ever actually go up there. It's not like I'm building or painting anything hugely technical or delicate these days. Although it would be nice to just actually be able to see what I'm doing. If you can actually see what you're doing, you're more likely to do it, is my theory on that. Pipe's dead. That's dead. That's dead. Yeah, it's eyesight weird. And it's also strange that we don't know that what we see is what it actually is. As our eyesight is just our brain, translating the signals from our eyeballs and creating a picture inside our head of what we're looking at. So who's to say any of us are actually seeing things properly, how they actually are? It might not be that I'm shade blind. It might just be that most people are, shade sensitive. G'day, Craigo. How you doing, you flaming galah? Get them tanks cleaned, man. They're filthy. I'm getting kisses. Oh. Craig sending me kisses. Mwah. That's when you know each other fairly well, isn't it? When two dudes start sending each other kisses. It's either that or he's in the middle of texting Belle about something and accidentally put it at the end of the sentence. I've done that before when I've been chatting with Mary on WhatsApp or text or whatever, and I got something else going on at the same time. I'm replying to someone else, and I'll put the kisses at the end, and I'm like, oh crap. Just got I'm in a good mood. That's always the best way to get up. Although I find it worrying. I'm so used to waking up in a bad mood, grumpy and sore, that if I wake up in a good mood, it's like something's wrong. What's going on? Why am I happy and why does nothing hurt? Something is about to go badly wrong. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that is a menthol filter. Ooh. So anyway, with the future content, I accidentally uploaded a video, the next part of the Gressingham Workhouse series. So that's currently set to private, so that'll be the next one. Because I've literally just got to go public. I've got another couple for that. And then obviously I will do one, do my usual species profile on the Julies, and then once the Skiffy are in a tank, I'll do a species profile on them. Clove cigars, they're available. Um, we also have licorice ones as well. And I mean, I don't hate licorice. I do the menthol because, well, helps clear out the old snout a bit. But yeah, the clove, I'm not a fan of the flavour of clove. And the taste of licorice when I'm smoking something is not good either. Reminds me of too much of a pomfret cake. And if you've not had them, you're lucky. But if you want a strong smoke, I've got that bubba. But I smoked that. Cloves keep, yeah. I'm just, to me, cloves is the taste of going to the dentist. Yeah, good old pipe. Well, it just works out sensible because pipe tobacco is cheaper than rolling tobacco. And if I'm like maybe thing, exactly, you just got to keep the backy dry, not the papers and everything else as well. Um, yeah, pipe tobacco is cheaper, and it's if I'm just sitting here watching stuff on YouTube in my armchair, rather than just keep rolling ciggy after ciggy, just pack the pipe, have a few puffs, put it down, carry on doing what I was doing, then have another few puffs. Now, got to run at the top of the hour. I shan't be too much longer. Yeah, I'm not chewing tobacco. Oh, I'm not a redneck. And I hate spitting at the best of times. It's one of those habits I think should be. It should be law that if you see someone spitting in the street, you're allowed to punch him in the face with no repercussion. Because it's just gross. Okay, I'll get it if you coughed up a chunk of something nasty, and then just spit it down the drain, not on the middle of the pavement where people are walking. Bad allergies in Texas. Well, that's just telling you not to live there. If you're allergic to somewhere, don't live there. Mary had a fun one the other day. Someone moving up to what I say this area to the area where she works is in the preschool, and they wanted to enrol their child in the preschool, as you do. And it goes through all the various questions. Any allergies? Oh yes, she's very allergic to oilseed rape. Oh, that could be a problem. Oh, why is that? Have you ever been up here in rape season? And no, that doesn't mean what you might think it mean in another circumstance when all the oilseed rape is in flower. Because half of Norfolk and Suffolk turns bright yellow at that time of year. There's acres and acres and acres of the stuff. Craig, I complain it's freezing. Yeah, it snowed here yesterday, Craig. I got in the bath, it was bright and sunny. Got out of the bath 3/4 of an hour later and it was bloody snowing. I don't mean little flakes, I mean big flakes. Snowed there too, bloody hell. Snow in the middle of summer, geez. Was it your birthday or something? Usually what happened, I say usually, it's happened to me before. My birthday's in May. Yeah, don't worry about it. No such thing as climate change. Snowing in the middle of summer. UK has the wettest year on record. Climate change isn't real. That's why we stopped calling it global warming and started calling it climate change. Because not everywhere is going to get warmer. The UK is actually going to get colder. Typical UK, really. The rest of the planet gets hotter, we get colder. It's to do with the Gulf Stream, and if there's too much fresh water enters the Atlantic, it will stop the Gulf Stream, which is what keeps us warmer than Canada and Norway. I mean, rain is considerably further south than I am by several hundred miles, if not 1,000. And it's actually warmer in the well, I'll say warmer. The weather's fairly similar in the UK to it is in Austria. Just a bit wetter because we're completely surrounded by water, but you know. Sunrise, amazing but cold, yeah, way higher. Well, there is that. I mean, there are parts of the UK that are pretty high up. I mean, where I am isn't. I mean, if I travel about a mile in any direction, I'll be below sea level. Maybe that's why I can smoke so much and not struggle too much with breathing, because the sheer amount of oxygen in the air. Mufti, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you, John. Namesake. I need more drink, and my energy drink is empty, so I'm just going to go grab me bottle of cola. Yes, hello, Julie's. While I'm up. Yeah, so that's the that's what I got for Valentine and anniversary. You can see some very, very cool musical, interesting stuff. If you like your music straight 4/4 and simple, don't listen to Arion. Confuse the hell out of you. Be like when you get the rap fan reacts to Tool. Bad Valentine's fan on make pass. Oh, sorry to hear that, Craig. That's yeah, not good Valentine's Day. Got to be something wrong with my stomach, the speed it gets carbon dioxide out of drinks. Oh, I know there's something wrong with my stomach. Been missing since the 8th. Yeah. It's always the worry when people go missing. Have they just decided to up and leave and start afresh somewhere else, or yeah, 51? That's kind of scary to think 51 is young. I'm only a couple of years off that. Ouch. Then, yeah. There's already been several people I went to school with are no longer with us. Oh, baby Craig. He's a baby. Yeah. Yes, it's next year for me that the first digit in the age changes rather than the second. She's always a kind of, yeah. Whether I'll change at all or anything else will change is another matter. It's probably just going to be the number changes, but uh, that and the people at work will probably take the mickey out of me for being old even more. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be leaving behind a good looking corpse. It's going to be worn out and knackered. You still doing diggy diggies, are you? Why am I not going to be surprised if I wake up in the morning and there's a bunch of eggs down there? Yeah. And here I am. I would have sworn I was going to die at 28 because I had a repeating dream, a regularly repeating dream, where I was looking at my own gravestone and it had the date on it, and the date didn't change. Well, and then that date came. Guess who was bricking it? Fish coming out the cracks. As long as they're not coming out of your cracks, we're okay. Yeah. So I just literally just bought these today. It's a pair of Julidochromis transcriptus, and it looks like breedy behaviour to me already. They've literally been in the tank uh, less than 7 hours. Judging by the way they've been together, and they were sold as a pair, so I hope they are. A, nice to have more fishies to sell, hopefully, and also another ones that tick off on the Sharpe has bred list. Raise the fry and sell the pair. No, no. Keep the pair and sell the fry. Once they're about an inch long, or maybe a bit longer. Because then you don't have to wait for the fry to grow up to get the next lot. And what you do is you then keep some of the fry back, just so that if the parents do kick the bucket, you then have replacements. There's my breeding pair of super reds are now the son and granddaughter of the original pair. I'm still waiting for the clown placos to do the breedy, but I don't think they ever will. I think I've got a trio of females, and that's why I got rid of the shell dwellers, because I think I had only females left. But there we go. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it a little bit early because Tommy's got a premiere he wants to be getting on with. So, yeah, I will say thank you to everyone for tuning in. My sympathies, Crago. Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovely ladies out there. I know it's a couple of days late, but have a good week. Stay safe. Enjoy your hobbies. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Mondays suck do 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 do. Mondays suck do 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 do. Mondays suck do 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 do.